Indiana Fever in the Chicago Sky here from Wintrust Arena. The Fever have really stretched out this one in the second half as we look at Diamond DeShields and Caitlin Clark. And Diamond with
Kennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench. And then the lay from Boston as the officials are going to take a look at what just transpired between Carter and Clark. I mean, that's clearly a foul which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Kennedy Carter.
As the drama surrounding Caitlin Clark and the Chicago Sky unfolds, it's crucial to step back and consider what these incidents mean for the WNBA as a whole. Firstly, these confrontations and rivalries add a layer of excitement and intensity that is undeniably good for the league's image. When players like Clark and teams like the Sky bring such high energy and emotion to the court, it draws viewers in and keeps them engaged. It's a reminder that the WNBA isn't just about skillful play, it's also about the fierce competition and passionate rivalries that can captivate audiences. Now, while some may argue that these incidents could tarnish the league's reputation, there's another perspective to consider. Rivals like Clark and the Sky help generate buzz and maintain a high level of interest from fans. This kind of drama can be a double-edged sword, but it often leads to increased viewership and fan engagement. People tune in not just to watch the game, but to follow the ongoing narrative and see how these rivalries develop. Commentators and analysts have weighed in on this, with some like Holly Rowe framing the incidents positively. Rowe and others have pointed out that such intense competition and rivalries are exactly what can drive the league forward. They argue that this is a sign of a vibrant and dynamic league that is growing in both popularity and intensity. In essence, while the drama may come with its share of controversy, it also highlights a crucial point. The WNBA is evolving, and its stories are becoming as compelling as the games themselves. Whether it's fueling debates or drawing in new fans, these moments contribute to a more engaging and dynamic league. From her electrifying performances to her fearless attitude on the court, Caitlin Clark has taken the WNBA by storm in her very first season. But recently, things have heated up, not just because of her. That's right, we've seen a few intense moments, from hard fouls to confrontations that have sparked strong reactions across social media, the press, and even among other players. So, what's really going on here? Is this just part of the game, or is there something more brewing between Caitlin Clark and the Chicago Sky? Today, we're breaking down all the drama. Our story begins on June 1st with a game between the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky. It was a regular game until one moment that changed everything. Caitlin Clark, in her typical fearless style, was making a move when suddenly she was hit with a hard, illegal hip check by Chicago Sky forward Kennedy Carter. The foul sent Clark sprawling to the floor, and while it was an intense moment, things didn't end there. After the game, many expected Carter to explain her actions, but instead, she refused to answer any questions about the incident. When pressed, she remained silent, at least in the press conference. However, Carter took a different approach online, where she criticized Caitlin Clark, implying that Clark deserved the hit and even fueling a bit of a war of words among fans. This first clash set the tone for what would become a series of intense confrontations between Clark and the Chicago Sky players, building up tension and drama that caught everyone's attention. Now, let's fast forward to August 30th, where things took another turn in this brewing rivalry. During a high-stakes game, Diamond DeShields of the Chicago Sky committed a hard foul on Caitlin Clark, sending her crashing across the court. At first, the referees called it a personal foul, but after reviewing the play, they decided to upgrade it to a flagrant one. For those unfamiliar, a flagrant 1 foul is given when a player makes unnecessary contact, which is exactly what many fans and commentators believed happened here. This foul led to a firestorm on social media, with fans on both sides weighing in. Some accused DeShields of being too aggressive, while others felt Clark might have been playing up the contact. Regardless of where you stand, there's no denying that this incident added even more fuel to the fire between Clark and the Chicago Sky players, and it's clear that fans and players alike are still talking about it. With tensions running high, this rivalry is far from over, and everyone is watching to see what will happen next. Following the intense foul on Caitlin Clark, Diamond DeShields found herself in the center of a social media storm. Fans and critics were quick to share their opinions, and many directed harsh and, at times, hateful comments towards her. But DeShields wasn't one to stay silent. She decided to respond in a way that caught everyone's attention. She took to Instagram and shared a screenshot of some of the most hateful comments she received, calling out the cruelty and negativity being directed at her. In her post, DeShields referenced her personal struggles, including the benign spinal cord tumor she had surgically removed in 2020. She expressed her gratitude for her health and called for more kindness and understanding, highlighting how deeply personal and painful this backlash felt to her. This heartfelt response added another layer of drama to the controversy, drawing even more public interest and sparking discussions across social media and sports circles. While some praised her for speaking out against the hate, others debated whether her post was a genuine call for empathy or a way to deflect from the foul on Clark. Either way, it was clear that this controversy wasn't just about basketball anymore. It had become a much bigger conversation about sportsmanship, personal struggle, and social media's role in the game. As the drama between Caitlin Clark and the Chicago Sky continued to unfold, the media was quick to jump on the story, each outlet giving its own spin. Some sports commentators and analysts have framed these incidents as nothing more than typical WNBA competitiveness, the kind of fiery moments that make basketball so exciting. But not everyone saw it that way. Others, including several prominent voices in the media, have argued that these incidents went beyond normal competitive spirit and bordered on targeted aggression against Caitlin Clark. Media outlets like the Chicago Sun-Times have played a significant role in amplifying the drama. With bold headlines and even back-page spreads like the one titled Foul Ball, they've kept these incidents in the spotlight, ensuring that the conversation continues both online and offline. Social media has also been buzzing, with fans, players, and even other sports journalists weighing in on what these incidents mean for the WNBA. Some see it as a sign that the league is becoming more intense and competitive, while others worry about the potential for more aggressive, confrontational play. One thing's for sure, this ongoing saga has brought a new level of attention to the WNBA, and opinions are divided on whether that's good or bad for the league. But whatever side you're on, there's no denying that this drama has sparked a conversation that goes far beyond the basketball court. So, how has Caitlin Clark responded to all this controversy? Interestingly, Clark has mostly stayed quiet, letting her game do the talking. Despite the drama and heated moments on the court, she has continued to perform at an exceptionally high level, putting up impressive numbers and leading her team in crucial moments. Many fans and analysts have noted that these altercations don't seem to be slowing her down. If anything, they may be fueling her competitive fire even more. However, some wonder if these incidents are starting to affect her reputation within the league. While Clark is known for her intense style of play, some critics suggest that she's becoming a polarizing figure, with some players viewing her as a target for more aggressive play. But it's not just about reputation. There's also the question of whether these confrontations are impacting her on-court performance. So far, Caitlin seems unfazed. She's kept her focus, showing that she can handle the pressure and rise above the noise. Ultimately, it's clear that Caitlin Clark is here to compete, and she's not letting anything or anyone get in her way. The controversies may continue, but if there's one thing we know, it's that Caitlin Clark is just getting started. As we wrap up, let's quickly recap what we've covered today. We've delved into the intense rivalry between Caitlin Clark and the Chicago Sky, explored how these confrontations have stirred up both controversy and conversation, and reflected on what it all means for the WNBA's image and future. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think this controversy has been blown out of proportion, or does it bring to light some real issues within the league? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm curious to see where you all stand on this. Finally, if you enjoyed this deep dive into Caitlin Clark and the WNBA, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with fellow basketball fans, and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Your support helps us bring you more in-depth analysis and keeps the conversation going.